Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the 757 FC podcast. My name is John. With me, as always, is James. What's up, man?
What up?
Yes, and listen, I I almost said that things are coming to a close, but they're not. Things are not coming to
No.
a close. We still have some 757 summer semi-pro soccer. So that's a lot of S's. I like my sibilants. So we're right smack dab in the middle of Hampton Roads Soccer League. We've still got a little bit more of USL League Two to go. So there is still plenty of soccer left to be played. And we're here to talk about it. If not us, then who? One of the many, many other podcasts. But, you know.
Are
But
there that many podcasts?
not about us, like our area specifically. But
Okay.
you guys are, if you're in Hampton Roads, you're stuck with us right now. So sorry
The
about
semi-professionals.
sorry about your luck. We're so close to being professional. We're semi-professional. So
I
listen,
don't know that I want to take that leap though.
no, why would I? That sounds crazy. I'm just a guy that loves a ball getting kicked by dudes in shorts. That's it. That's all.
We'll workshop it.
I'm just a normal man who loves watching people kick a ball while wearing shorts. Anyways, let's not get way weird about it. But so this was the final week of the USL League Two regular season, and we knew that it was going to be a spicy one going into it. So the scenario broke down like actually you explained the scenario because you were probably way more to the point about it.
I mean, it was pretty simple and straightforward. Nova FC led the Chesapeake division on points per game because, we all agree that USL2 is dumb. But they led points per game wise with their particular record. They were ahead of Virginia Beach United, and those two played to finish out the regular season. If Virginia Beach went to Nova and won the game, they get into the playoffs, they win the Chesapeake division, everybody in that camp is happy. If they draw against Nova, then they still get into the playoffs via tiebreaker, but they would finish in second. And then Lionsbridge's path was very simple, sitting in third, as they had to beat Patuxent at home, who, for all intents and purposes, seemed like a foregone conclusion. And then they had to hope that Nova, who was the bane of their existence a week ago and in previous iterations, was their best friend tonight. So that's where we sat.
Well, it did help that Nova had to the match between Nova and Virginia Beach United. Whoever won that match won the division. So I feel like if there were any hatred for Lionsbridge, that was trumped by wanting to hoist the trophy. Feels bad as a Lionsbridge fan that this is the first season in 3 years where we're not the ones hoisting the trophy.
Oh,
Usually,
sure.
usually about this time of year is when I get itching to lift a trophy, and we're not there. I have not lifted one, and so my arms are like, well, I don't know what to do now. There's nothing to lift. Anyways, so yeah, it was very simple. Lionsbridge had to go out and do their business. And I mean, when they played Patuxent away earlier this season, it was what, 8-1, I think was the final score line.
No, that was the 11. That was the 11 to nothing
Oh, the
one.
11-0. Okay.
That
Yeah.
was the
Yeah.
11. That was
Eight
the
was
double digit.
Marauders. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, 8 was against Marauders. 11 was against Patuxent. So feels bad, man. So I was there. I was there at the game, of course. And so VBU were playing away, so that it's kind of a trip up there to Loudoun United's stadium up there in Northern Virginia.
Mhm.
Um, Although it's a pretty looking facility, the vibes don't look
It is.
great. Mainly because so we just watched the live stream, and They just have one of those VO cameras that barely track the ball. Like, so I can here's where AI is. And I'm not getting into the weeds, but like AI is at a place where I can go and use a prompt to generate a very real looking video that probably looks better than this podcast. That definitely looks better than this podcast. Just off of
Oh
a
yeah,
prompt, just off of me
it
typing.
looks professional.
But we're just semi. But we can't get cameras that follow a ball accurately. That crap annoys me. But anyways, it whatever. Not everybody can have the production that Lionsbridge puts in, or like you want to talk
Well,
about professional, semi-professional Annapolis Blues. Their broadcast team is
oh yeah, straight
tight.
up.
Well, because the Dave Johnson, right? He's been,
Right.
that's his baby. So like, of course, like broadcast is his thing. Like he was calling DC United games for years and years and years.
But I would expect that a team whose home stadium looks like they took Audi Field and just quartered it, I would expect that team to have superb video production. And the other bad part about their broadcasts is they don't have any audio unless you're
Right.
watching their YouTube stream
Hmm.
and it all you hear is the players.
Right.
There's no commentating, there's
Hmm.
no I don't even think that they have anyone in their booth doing
No,
like goal Nova. Like there's nothing.
they've
And
got a
I
person that plays
honestly,
music.
right. And for a team that obviously is quality, that obviously has some oomph and some gumption and some worthwhileness about them, you'd think that they'd be able to put that crap together to make it at least a semi enjoyable commiseration of watching our local teams lose in dramatic fashion.
Yes. Yeah.
So I that it disappoints me to a degree, especially like for me, the past two weekends, the past two Saturdays where these matches have occurred, I'm on the road. I'm working.
Right.
So I've just got the stream on one of my phones, on my personal phone, and there's no audio. So
Yeah.
I don't even know what's going on. I have to literally look away from the road at stoplights and stop signs because I'm a good driver to
Yep.
to
Watching a
to
live stream while you
try and
drive.
right to try and understand what's going on. Luckily, I found the YouTube stream tonight through VB United's story. They
Yes.
had a link on their
Yeah.
story
Yeah. Nova
that I
always
was
like
that I was
streams to
clicking
YouTube.
on,
Yeah.
but it was just like it was the Veo recording audio. It wasn't even
Right.
anything. So the only cues that I had that something good had happened for VB United was I could hear the I've known a couple of the players' parents for a long time. So I know what their parents sound like because I've heard them on the sidelines growing up for a long time.
Hmm.
So I could hear them and when they were cheering like for a goal, I was like, "Oh, we scored." And then when, the ref did a thing that the refs do, they got mad. Uh, so
Right.
I knew that something bad had happened. That was the only indicator that I really had like, "Oh crap, I need to like check when I get a chance."
Yeah. Um, it, I don't know. For Nova and really all the other USL League Two teams that don't like have that like level of effort, see
Mhm.
also our episode a few weeks back where we just
Oh
went
yeah,
on a tirade
seriously.
about what makes a team successful, because if you want people to fill those stands in that really nice stadium, there are things you have to do to lift that up, because they're out here slaying giants and winning the Chesapeake division, and there's no one there to see it except friends and
Mhm.
family. Like, I don't know. And if that's all they want, cool. Like, who am I to tell them what they need? Like, if their mission statement is just We're gonna put guys on a field, and if they win stuff, cool. And if not, frick it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whatever
Sure.
your mission is, go out and do that. But I feel like around here and these parts, we're trying to do things a bit better.
Right.
If two giants of our division are fall in the woods at Nova and nobody's there to hear it, does it really make an impact on the league? I would argue no, but whatever.
It does in
So
the standings.
it determines who advances in the playoffs. But as far as the impact to the people of your community, the people that are like, again, on-field product versus all of the other stuff is, anyways,
Right.
we're getting into the weeds about that. Hey, let's talk about the actual games that happened. So
Okay.
Lionsbridge kicked off at 7 in Newport News.
Mm-hmm.
And
Sharp.
then Sharp. Well, not Sharp because because like we got there like at 7 and found a place to park, and then we saw the players come out of the changing rooms. I'm like, oh, cool,
Yeah.
they're late. But whatever. The league used to get real pissed about that. Like I remember when I used to call games at for the Virginia Beach Piranhas back in the day. I
Uh-huh.
remember they were like, this game kicks off at like 6 or 7, like whatever time it was, sharp. If it kicks off late, the team gets fined, I believe is what they told me.
Oh, wow.
I guess they don't do that anymore. Um, but or maybe they do, and it's just like, whatever. USL wants $50 from us, and we'll just give them. Anyways, so game kicks off 2 minutes in, Christian Hatley goal, and I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
that was
it's gonna be one of those days.
uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Um, and so it was, man, that first half was like, I don't want to say like men against boys or whatever, but like it looked like Lionsbridge were a USL League Two team and Patuxent was like a NPSL team or like
VB
a
City. Oh, oh, oh. Can't say that out loud.
who said that? Um, but
You
yeah,
hear that?
they seemed like they were in different leagues altogether. Even physically,
Yeah.
like Patuxent's players were short dudes. And we've got
Yeah.
a lot of taller players playing for Lionsbridge. So even seeing them stand, I'm like, brother, you gotta be at least this tall to ride the ride that you're on right now. All
Oh.
right. Um, they were not ready
Granted,
for that ride tonight.
Sam Hall is 6'70".
Uh, I was gonna, because I'm 6'7". He's probably 6'4",
He's
somewhere in.
still way taller than me.
Evan Howard is probably in that same ballpark, 6'5". He's
Dennis.
he's a broader guy. Dennis is also up there. He's probably like 6'4".
Yeah.
Materazzi's a tall guy. Like Bennett's
Isaiah.
pretty. Isaiah is just a he's jacked. He's just a big dude. Um,
Right.
and Andrew
I think
Bennett's a
he's only a
tall guy.
sophomore.
Yeah, no, it was crazy like seeing him go like before freshman year at UK and then comes back like
Yeah,
over the next summer. I'm like, he's been using their weight training facilities. uh,
absolutely.
yeah. So and
Tall guy
he
FC over there on the blue end.
yes, yeah, it was definitely tall guy FC. And even Isaiah got to score one tonight, so that was good. It's always
Hmm.
good with the hometown guy and the hometown crowd, and so yeah, it like just possession was just all Lionsbridge. I don't know if until they complete like Wally late in the second half because the score was run up so crazy that pretty much the whole team was changed out almost, and
Yeah.
it wasn't until then where Patuxent was finally like actually getting shots off. And so it was a great disparity between the two sides. Evan Howard with a 6 minute hat trick. 6 minutes. He got I mean, bonkers. Great performance from him. I mean, everybody on the field, all the
He
starters played really well.
So when we the VB United match, he's the one who gets sent off,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So and I remember I messaged him and I was like, "Hey man, excited to see you get a bounce back." That very next game that he got in, he had a two-goal performance. And I think now, since the VB United game, I think he scored 6 or 7 goals.
Yeah.
Um, and they've all been USL 2 goals as well.
Hmm.
They've all been important goals. So, props to him for, you know, at what at the time seemed like putting one of VB United's mitts on the cup and on the trophy
Hmm.
in a moment of, I don't even want to say a moment of stupidity or whatever, because remember, if we go back to our conversation about the fouls, and I was more upset about him throwing the ball away for the first yellow card than I was him tackling the keeper. I never thought that should have been a yellow card.
Right.
I thought it should have been strict talking to at the worst, and you move the frick on. Um, but what was an incredibly damning moment for him, it seemed in the moment, to now being one of the specific players that has stepped up to the call, stepped up to the challenge of Chris Wally and crew, and done the most for his team when they've needed him the most. And we can even look back at last weekend when he scored the opening goal against Nova in that spectacular first half. He just two touch puts it in the top right corner, top left corner for him. Um, Leaving the goalkeeper no chance, and he's putting away a hat trick tonight. He's put in a couple of different performances on other matches leading up to tonight. Hats off to the guy, and
Yeah.
hats off to the other players who we discussed it about how Chris Wally probably gave them the hairdryer treatment.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Now, from
and
what I hear, uh, you meet Wally, great guy, super nice, sweet guy, whatever. From what I hear in the locker
Mhm,
room, he'll
I'm
chuck
sure.
stuff across the room, like like
Oh yeah.
he'll give those guys an earful. And I'm sure after that Nova game, he
Hmm.
gave them a rinsing, a well-deserved rinsing too, to be in the driver's
Absolutely.
seat and then absolutely piss away the title like that. Really, they
And then drink while driving, in essentially.
yeah, like yeah, they were behind the wheel and then they were like, well, guess we can let our foot off the gas now, and just coasted off a ravine. Like nightmare
Also, let's
scenario.
open the door and just roll out while we're at it.
Yeah, it like that was like I thought the whole season was cooked after that loss at Nova, to be ahead 3 goals to nil at the half and then to just chuck it out the window. I was like, I like if this is the mentality, like we do, and to be quite honest with you, seeing where the table was going into tonight, where Nova was 1, Virginia Beach United was 2, the two teams whom we played twice and drew both and lost to both.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like we didn't necessarily deserve it. We needed the help. Like we didn't
And
finish the big games when we needed to finish the big games.
that's the weird frustration that I have with this moment, is I feel so horribly for the VB United guys,
Yeah.
because and what's funny is each of these teams has had, over the past 3 weeks, has had the moment where they went, OMFG, we just lost the division,
Yeah. Yes.
or we just
They've all
lost
been up
ourselves
and
a
down.
playoff
They've all
spot.
been up and down.
Nova with the result at against Christos at home.
Hmm.
Um, and then Lionsbridge with the VB United loss, with the loss last week to Nova, and then VB United over the course of the last week themselves losing to Charlottesville in the home finale inexplicably. Um, and then, yes, they put in a fantastic minute 20 until minute 82 tonight up in Loudon, but minute 1 to minute 18 damned their whole season.
Yeah.
And I feel so horribly for those boys because it's one of those things is I know so many players from both teams, and we discussed it before. You're the fan, I'm the journalist. And but I'm a fan of both teams. Like that's the hard part about this is yes, I want to cover the teams, but I'm a fan of both teams. I want both teams to do well, and I want both teams to be represented because my online brand, my 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 shit talk online in all of the concentric circles for USL 2 and for semi-professional soccer and any other fans or anything that we come across is, hey, you might have one good team in your area. We've got two. We're twice as good. We've got double the fun. We're like freaking Wrigley's Juicy Fruit. Double the
Yeah.
flavor, double the fun. And I I hold that really, really close to my chest for that very purpose because I've known so many of these guys that play. I watched them play in high school. I watched them play growing up. I've known them forever, and I want to see them do really well.
Yeah.
And then all the other guys that are a part of the teams and we've come to know and love, and their names are local household names. That's really freaking cool. Um, and it sucks that we can't just guarantee that both the teams go to the playoffs every year.
Yeah.
It sucks that we can't guarantee that the path is straight, incredibly straightforward for the both of them um, any longer. And it sucks it can't be like last year because
Yeah.
last year was really cool.
Yeah. Last year
But
was a really pleasant surprise for
in,
both teams. I mean, you expected it from Lionsbridge, like you always expect it from Lionsbridge, but to see the turnaround at Virginia Beach United was a really pleasant surprise. It's a micro. Tonight was kind of a microcosm of that whole dichotomy between the two teams, where seeing Lionsbridge win 7-0 against Patuxent is like, yeah, like, duh, of course, like
you're
that's what
supposed
they
to.
do. That at home, like you were supposed to win this. But to see Virginia Beach United lose 4-2 with that stoppage time, dagger from Nova up north was it. I don't know, like I would have felt real bad had Lionsbridge not made the playoffs because I want them there because I'm a fan. However, we lost against the two teams that would have made it. You know what I mean? So like that, well, where I could justify it mentally as like, yeah, like we couldn't finish our meal, so we got where we played, and it's cool.
It's
We'll get them next
just
year.
desserts.
Right. Well, we'll get them next year. It didn't. It feels bad for Virginia Beach United's players, for their fans, because I feel like they earned a playoff spot. But because it was so tight between the top three teams and only two gets to go, and it's like, of course, we won our two local teams. Like, screw Northern Virginia. I hate them. They shouldn't even be part of
Oh,
Virginia.
absolutely.
They like freaking sell them off to Maryland. We don't need Northern Virginia. They don't represent us. They frick those guys. Fight me.
Mhm.
But yeah, like we need. we needed to run that back from last year. The will they, won't they of like, ooh, I wonder if we'll get to meet a third time in the playoffs. That'd be so
Yeah.
sick.
Oh
And
yeah, absolutely. That needed
you
to
know,
be run back. And I mean, yeah, I guess now hopefully, we can run it back against Nova with Lionsbridge, but
yeah,
we really needed a 7-5-7 round three.
yeah. And that like the hype would have been huge, so, whatever. Um, and so like, yeah,
Mm.
I think what you're mourning right now is mourning the what could have been of
Hmm.
we could have had like the dopest matchup, like just think about it from the first match day of the year. Alex Moody's like dying minutes
87th
equalizer.
game tying. Yeah.
Yeah. And the league still uses that picture that I think it was Rich that got it
Hmm.
of the
Richard Chase, one
Sully.
of the two.
And yeah, they still use that image. That was on match day one because it like yeah, it was against my team, but that image goes hard.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Whoever and I know that like peripherally, because I can never say that word. I know the guys who like pop smoke after the goal.
yeah,
Like I see them like on the Instagram and stuff, and like they're cool dudes, and like they're kind of ultras. Like they're at every home game, so like they made that pictures just that much better. It was I know
yeah,
what you
yeah.
mean.
Because it was on that end, and the stars were
Hmm.
just aligning for that. And yeah, like for me standing there at the other end of the stand and just like I just want to like hurl myself into a creek or something and whatever. But like looking back at it, I'm like, that was kind of sick
Right.
though. But yeah, like it sucks that United's season ends that way because they fought really, really hard and they won the games that matter. And they actually won the freaking Coastal Virginia Challenge Cup or whatever the heck we call it for I think the first time ever. You know,
But never got to lift it.
did they ever lift it at home?
Nope, they're still salty about it.
But just lift it. They
They're
should
still
have just
very
lifted it at home. Celebrate it with your
well.
home
Nobody gave it to
fans.
them. Nobody ever gave it to them. That's the problem.
All right. Should we investigate? Is this a 757 FC
Is
podcast
that is
investigates?
that a play on Mike Vest? Mike Investigate?
If they want it, they need it. Like, it's only right.
I don't know. Like I think there's been questions asked.
I don't think Mike would do that. Mike's
I
too
don't
good of a
I
guy.
think it was the weird thing because it was fireworks night that night too.
Right, right.
It was like the first fire. So there was a whole that's a whole nother episode. We can go into the scandal of the Kova Cup in a later date. Right now we're mourning.
Like an investigative journalism report,
Yes.
and just do,
Run by fans.
or we could do like a film noir style, like a mystery kind of everything's in black and white and
Did VB United ever get to lift the Kova Cup after their victory?
the dame came into my office clearly distraught because her team never lifted the Coastal Virginia Challenge Cup. And there's like everyone smokes for no reason.
Why
And
won't they let us lift the cup, John?
I don't listen because honestly, it,
I kind of like this idea now.
if you want to take that, because like I don't know. I don't think I can handle watching somebody else lift a cup on my pitch. You know what I mean? Not in my stadium. Take
I
it back to your own house. All right. Take the ball and go
remember,
home. Lift it in front of your own fans.
I'm unbiased.
Okay.
I know
You're
nothing.
you're unbiased here on
Uh-huh.
on this but you have preferences, James, and I'm going to get them out of you one day. I'm going to
I
find
mean,
out who you
you can do
support.
you want to see?
You support Virginia Beach City FC, don't you? You're a huge
You want
city
to see who
guy.
I support?
Who do you
You want to
support?
see who I support? Hold on.
Be What should be Liverpool or something?
Hold on.
What local team do you support?
This one. This local team right
You're a
here.
United guy, huh?
I am a United guy.
Right on.
That's my bread and butter. But my other
That's
Yeah,
the
they're
great part about
local
soccer is
teams.
that we all have teams in every. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
I've
I'm
been
a
a DC
United guy.
United kid since like Marco Echeverry and
Oh yeah. Back
Eskandarian and
back when they used to
Ben
win
Olsen.
stuff.
Jaime Moreno is and will always be the all-time goal scorer in
Oh
my eyes
yeah. He's
for
the goat.
MLS.
He's the goat.
He's the GOAT. So,
And I mean, sure, Christian Benteke is great and everything, but Jaime
uh,
Moreno's
I mean,
the goat.
Benteke's great until, you realize that he's only worth it like once every 5 matches.
Well,
Anyway, we're
he's in the
semi-professional. We're not talking about professional.
he's in the twilight of his career, and it's fine. So yeah. Anyway, that's where we stand. Lionsbridge made the playoffs because Nova won the division. Um, and now it I guess Lionsbridge kind of goes into like a play-in kind of game. I'm
So
not exactly sure. I think it's Tuesday night. I think it's being hosted at Town Bank Stadium. I'm not sure
it
who they're
is, it is.
playing though. Who are they playing?
They are playing Charlottesville Independence 2.
Ah,
It
Electric
is
Boogaloo.
the it is the same similar scenario that VB United was in
Right.
last year.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They had to play in to get into the quartet.
Hmm.
Um, Now I don't know who's going to host that quartet.
Right.
It'll probably be Nova because they're the one
Yeah.
seed and they're probably, I don't
If they can get the
anticipate.
field, if Loudon doesn't have any home games,
Well, that's the thing is, well, hold on.
that's got to
Let's
be a
do some
headache to
guess.
schedule.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but we're going to do some investigating,
Well,
especially now that all the league standards.
you investigate, and then I'm going to move to the next subject that we were going to talk about is match day 4. I think it was match day
Oh,
4
yeah. Yep,
of
it was.
Hampton Roads Soccer League.
Hey, now.
HRSL had their fourth match day, and I've got the
Speaking of which, the
results right
homepage
here.
is still Alex Moody celebration after the goal for
I'm
USL
telling you, man,
2,
that picture goes crazy.
which is awkward now that,
Now that they
yeah,
missed the playoffs,
right.
it feels bad, man. I feel bad for them, but
Dude,
only, but so bad. But it still feels bad.
I feel awful. Like,
Frick Nova, like,
yeah, frick Nova.
yeah, screw those guys.
Like,
So, anyways, three
who
matches in
are
Hampton Roads
we?
Soccer League this weekend. They all took place tonight.
Yep.
So we had Merci FC taking on 757 Young Boys. Merci tops them 8-1. Looked like
Ocho
a
de uno.
looked like a Lionsbridge
Yeah,
scoreline.
big result for the French boys.
Yeah, Merci
Um,
looking really good this season. I think they could go all the way.
well, that's as long as they don't run into Demandem. Uh,
Mandem's been on a
who
tear. They beat last
who
year's
pipped the,
champions 2-0.
uh-huh. So we'll have to kind of see how that goes. And then Olay and NMA did the tit for tat thing, and I was talking to Jeff a little bit after the match, and he said it was a
Talking about
really
Navy Mid-Atlantic FC
good
head coach
battle.
Jeff Moody.
I believe that is the very gentleman himself.
Just wanted to give context for podcast reasons.
Oh, that's fair. So yeah, and I mean these victories it bumps Demandem up to 10 points, it bumps Merci up to 9. NMA and Sporting go to 5 and 4 respectively.
Hmm.
People's Choice and 757 Young Boys stay on 3 points.
That is
And
crazy.
then that means so it means Mandem and Merci have clinched playoff berths, although seeding is still to be determined. And then NMA on 5, Olay on 4, People's Choice and 7, and Young Boys on 3 means any of those 4 teams can find their way into third or fourth. And if we look at the matchups coming up for that, I believe I believe in a thing called love.
Wow, that's nice falsetto. I didn't know
I
that you would
I
go for
have
it.
a little bit of a I have a little bit of a background that's not athletics related. Just a little bit.
Wow. Okay.
Match day 5, Merci and Ole Sporting is the early 5 o'clock match.
Hmm.
Um, then 757 Young Boys take on Demandem. And then a really solid matchup here to really determine who gets in, who goes home. People's Choice and NMA
Hmm.
will be on
Yeah, that's a
field
big one for
2 at
Navy Mid
7.
Atlantic.
Right. Like they have to win or draw to guarantee a spot. People's Choice have to win flat out. Olay
Just to
has to
stay
do the
alive.
dirty work versus Merci. Yeah, like this
Hmm.
is but then they also have to hope that like the Mandem take care of the young boys and that NMA take care of People's Choice. Like there's a couple ways that Olay can get in.
Right.
Um, so I'm hoping I can be out there for it on Saturday.
Yeah.
Depends on work schedule and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
going to be
that's
a good one, though.
yeah, that'll be a and depending on, and that's the other thing is we got to look, well, where's Lionsbridge going to be? Like, are they going to be in Northern Virginia? Are they going to be at Town Bank? Like, and I'm not finding anything as far as like playoff schedules, so not
Yeah.
right off the bat.
I don't know if they've determined that. We'll probably find something out within the next, day or two. Probably Monday. We'll know. I'm sure the league will post something. Um,
Yeah,
because Monday
7:15.
I got to figure out how to get Tuesday off of work.
Yeah, so it's the 15th, which is Tuesday, 7 o'clock kickoff. Town Bank Stadium is the home. Charlotte Independence 2 and Charlotte Independence 2. If we look them up, they are in which it was they finished third in their division because I believe their division has gets three. Um, so it was bum, 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 bum. This is annoying. There it
Man,
goes. Oh
I'm
no, they
hungry
finished
now.
second, right?
Mm,
So they finished second in their division in the South Atlantic division. So that's pretty much North Carolina, South Carolina.
right.
Uh, so they finished below Salem City FC, who
And
finished 8-0
I
and
mean,
3, 8
Salem
wins,
City, of
0 losses,
course,
5,
perennial playoff run.
right? And then Charlotte Independence 2 finished second in that division on
Hmm.
8 wins, 3 losses, and a draw.
Hmm.
They finished on 25 goals for, 16 goals against, 9 goal difference, and a 2.08 points per match average. Uh,
The exact
they did
same
not
record
have
as
any,
Lionsbridge.
yeah, they did not have any. I mean, there was one other team that pushed them a little bit, which was North Carolina FC U23, but that squad finished with 6 wins, 2 losses, and 4 draws. A little bit better goal difference, but not as great goal scoring. It just it it
Hmm.
it was a it's a similar division to ours, but not quite. I'd take Nova, VB, and Lionsbridge over Salem City, Charlotte
Yeah.
Independence, and North Carolina FC
It
any day.
if you're looking at the numbers, it looks like all of the teams in our division have more firepower, um,
Right.
and tighter
Whereas
defending. And
they're a little bit more, yeah, put together, we'll call it. Um,
sounds like they're all pretty mid.
pff,
Um, yeah, so that's how that's shaking out. Listen, follow us on the socials if you want to know when and where all these playoff matchups are happening. Um, Pretty much everybody else is wrapped up for their summer season. Do you have any other teams? Are you tracking anyone else that has played? Whatever happened to our WPSL 2 team at Beach
they
FC?
finished early. I don't know that they had playoffs, and if they did not make it. I
Hmm.
believe that the way that their schedule worked is they had to finish in first in their division, and the schedule got cooked a little bit, um, not in their favor. So they ended up with like, I think one less match than everybody else,
Hmm.
and they lost to the team that ended up with the most points because they missed out on a match. It was a weird thing.
Hmm.
Um, but they did really, really well. I think they won three of their four matches or four of their five matches. And then the one loss they had was like by a goal to the eventual division winners, who, when that team came down here, they beat the brakes off of. Um, so it was an underwhelming presentation for that league. But our squad did very well.
Yeah. Well, yeah, congrats to them on their season.
Right.
So I'm looking here at the Eastern Conference playoff schedule. USL League
Ooh,
Two
send me a
posted it a
team.
few minutes ago. It's on Instagram. I'm sending it
Oh,
now.
cool.
So
Yay.
Tuesday, July 15th, Lionsbridge
Yes.
versus Charlotte Independence 2, 7 p.m. Newport News.
Yes.
7:30 p.m. in Ludlow, Massachusetts, Northern Massachusetts Pioneers or West Massachusetts
Mhm.
Pioneers,
Oh,
which we've had issues with before. We've had run-ins with them before, taking on the Long Island Rough Riders, which I believe we've also played before as well.
uh-huh.
So Pioneers and Rough Riders, which that should be a good match. 7:30 in Massachusetts, and then um, 7:30 in Ocean City, New Jersey. The Ocean City Nor'easters take on the Hudson Valley Hammers. So
Which, if we remember anything about Ocean City, they're usually like the team that we play in, like that Lionsbridge plays in, like the final eight,
yeah, it's
usually.
it's usually the Eastern Conference Final is where we meet them. Could happen earlier. Um, I don't know. It's the thing about
Especially if they're
playoffs.
a second place matchup. Yeah, because all
Yeah.
of those are second place in the division matchups.
Hmm.
So, because it's ours is South Atlantic versus Chesapeake. The Ocean City one is Northeast versus Metropolitan, and then maybe no, oh, that's the New York matchup. And then Ocean City is the Mid-Atlantic versus Metropolitan or Northeast, whichever was better.
Right. So yeah, those are the matches happening on Tuesday. So, um, yeah, USL League Two on Instagram is probably a good place to follow as well as us. I'm 757 FC TV. And then James, where can the people find you at?
757 underscore soccer underscore chats on Instagram, and then 757 soccer chat on the YouTube.
Cool. Yeah. And since you're already here on the YouTube, go ahead and subscribe over there. And then I'm also working on a match day vlog that I recorded from tonight's match. Spoiler alert, Lionsbridge won. It was still a good time, so you should watch that. Subscribe to check that out. So yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up for us. Stay locked in for playoff action in USL League Two. Um, unless we lose and then the league can just kick rocks. But because
That was how you really
we're only
feel, Jim.
semi-professional. If I was professional, I'd follow the thing all the way to the final. But I'm semi-professional, so they can eat it. So, anyways, I think we're about done here. We've talked about all this weekend's soccer action. Man, it's been a lot of fun. I don't know what this thing is going to look like after the season wraps up or what next season is going to look like, but I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you coming on and joining me for this podcasting journey.
Hey man, I mean, we got college ball coming up. So all these kids that are out there kicking around for USL 2, now they're going to be out there with the collegiate badges on. And honestly, like college, have you ever been to a college soccer match?
I have, yeah.
Have you been to a good college soccer match?
Probably not, no.
Okay, then that's going to be our mission for fall of 25 is
I'll go
get
to
you
at
to a
least one.
good college soccer match.
Yeah.
And I've already got the calendar worked up and that's going to be getting posted, I don't know, probably close to the beginning of August, maybe like July 28th. We'll kind of pin that date is when I'm dropping the college calendar and I'm going to obviously add you as well. Um, and we're going to have all the college matches to go to between the Division One schools, ODU and William and Mary. We're going to have all of our Division Three schools who love to beat the crap out of each other, like the Marlins from Virginia Wesleyan, the captains from Christopher Newport. I believe Regent is joining the ranks of Division
Really?
Three as well. Yes, Regent
Wow.
Royals are Division Three bound. If
Wow,
not this
brother.
year, then next year.
Brother
Right.
Pat
So
Robertson getting into the soccer game. Come on now.
and then we have all of the other schools that are in our little local area. Oh, sorry, I forgot Hampton University ladies D1. Duh,
Oh
wrong
wow, yeah,
one. I
yeah, yeah. I
apologize,
forgot they had a
ladies.
women's team.
I
Yep.
apologize. I'm sorry, and I'm very excited to see what that group puts together this season. I the number of players that have been coming in for Hampton's ladies squad and the level of the ladies that have been coming to Hampton, I'm excited. Um, you got Richard Bland, that's kind of interperipheral. Virginia State, both men's and women's for Division Two. The Virginia Peninsula Community College, they are still looking for a head coach, I believe. If anybody is interested in applying for that
Hey,
job, that is
you're a shoe
closing
in.
soon.
You're a shoe in, big dog. Come
Uh,
on, get
I
him.
honestly thought about it, but I could not. I could not on my current situation. But lots of college soccer, lots of just good stuff happening within the soccer community in the fall. So that's going to start kicking off in August once the USL 2 schedule and the HRSL schedule winds down. And then we'll have APSL, we'll have EPSL,
We'll have UPSL.
um, UPSL. Like we're going to have all the PSLs
Yes.
to to deal with as well, with like Wave and Golden Ball, and maybe a couple other. Oh, NMA
I,
as well. They'll
yeah, I
be in
don't.
that.
Yeah, so NMA is joining APSL. Golden Ball isn't a thing anymore. Um,
Yeah, they are.
what? They're fielding a
They
team?
are. Yes, they are fielding a
Okay.
team. It's either going to be. We can talk about it after, but it's
Okay.
either like UPSL, UPSL, or APS. It's one
Hey,
of them. But I know
welcome
that
to
they are
local
putting a team together.
welcome to local soccer, dear viewer, where we don't know what the freak is going on 90% of the time. Um,
Hey, look at you, VB City.
come on,
So
man. You always got to get a
I,
shot in there.
I'm gonna 1-2 punch them until they get their crap together. So
Oh
it is what
man.
it is.
He
Um,
he's only bullying out of love. That's why.
yeah, yeah. All right, I'm gonna shut up and let you
Yeah.
finish this out.
All right, we're going to get out of here. Make sure to follow us on the socials for all of the latest soccer action. We'll see how it goes in the college season. I don't know if I have the bandwidth for it, but follow James for all the action year round. I'm just good for the summer. I'm not here for a long time, but I'm here for a good time, y'all.
Hey,
Make sure to subscribe and follow, do all the things for 757 FC Podcast. My name is John. I'm signing off. Later.
get it together, Wagner.